I'm Sync.
And I'm Echo.
And we are back once again playing Okami. In the last episode, we took care of some side quests, abandoned Lika, that sort of stuff. In this episode, we are going to be continuing to take care of some side quest things. Heads up, there's going to be a lot of fast forwarding. We are going to be getting all of the treasures in Yoshpet. We are going to be doing a little side quest sort of thing for praise in Webkir, pushing snowballs, and a whole bunch of other things. I'll probably mention it in between discussion points because this is being recorded literally the night before this goes up. I looked at the file tonight and I saw that there was only 1 minute of audio. So this is as close as current day us as you guys can probably get. So with that, since we are kind of like throwing all commentary about the game aside, since it's mostly all side quest and backtracking stuff, first off, I appreciate you watching this. Most people would just stop after I mentioned this was post, but hey. One of the things that actually Echo mentioned is that we are actually both going to be getting a hat in time. Echo, how about you say a little bit about it before I go into it?
Oh, well, I heard from ProZD that he voiced someone in a hat in time, so now I want it. So I can hear him voice act. That's not him doing his vines.
Right. I absolutely love Pro ZD. Well, I only started watching him recently, and it's really funny. So I didn't know about Pro ZD either in A Hat in Time. I knew about Grant Kirkhope composing a track or two, but I didn't know much about anything else in regards to that. But I first heard about it when I entered high school, and that was 2013. No. That was 2009.
2013 is when we graduated.
Yeah, that's when we graduated. And so it's been in development for quite a long time, and I've been looking forward to it like the entire time. I am really looking forward to playing it. I'm waiting for the Xbox One release because I'm not trusting my computer to run that at top quality, but such sacrifices will have to be made because I need a better computer. What about you, Echo? Are you going to be waiting for console?
If I can, I want a console.
Mm-hmm.
Since literally I impulse want it. Because I watched a stream and he mentioned how he was a voice actor, so I wanted it. So I don't know what it's going to be on. If it's just going to be on Xbox One, there's probably no freaking way I can get it. But if it's on a computer, I don't think my computer will be able to handle it. So I am building myself a tower in the future as needed for a programmer.
Right.
Once I do that, then I'll probably get it if I can't get it for like the PS4 or something. Or a Switch.
Yeah. No, it is coming out for a PS4, so it's got you covered there.
Okay, so if there's the PS4, I'll probably be getting it for PS4, most likely.
Yeah. And it's going to finally be putting my Xbox One back into use. I've mentioned this in previous recordings, but the only really two games I'm looking for on Xbox One is Yooka-Laylee. Well, Yooka-Laylee is one of them, but there's the Okami HD, which we talked about back in the Dragon Palace, and then also A Hat in Time, which I can't wait to see because it's on PC, and I'm like, oh, avoid spoilers, so...
Yeah.
Other than that, I know there's several games that we're looking for. I know I'm looking forward to. If I had to take a guess, Echo, yours is probably RPGs.
No,
Do you have any RPGs?
I wouldn't call Fire Warrior a RPG.
Uh-huh.
Because it's like Dynasty Warrior, which is more or less like a slack and hash.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, this month, Fire Warrior is the game I'm waiting for.
Yeah. I had a feeling when I saw it. I'm like, you're probably gonna want that. Echo's
I
probably
wasn't
gonna want
gonna
it.
get it because all it really had was Fire Emblem Awakening and Fate's character and Echoes apparently. But like the newer games and the first game.
Right.
But then they confirmed Lyn, and so I was sold on Lyn because Lyn was my first lord, and Lyn is special to me because when I was a kid, I didn't want to leave Lyn. So the first 10 chapters of the game, I would replay over and over again, so I didn't have to leave her.
Yeah, yeah.
So Lyn is my favorite character, my favorite lord, and for her to be included in the game, that's what sold it. Because I just want to play my favorite character and hear them voice act and have 3D models. Because that's how these kind of games usually work for me.
Yeah, I only ever played a little bit of the first Fire Emblem game that came to the States, and so I don't know a lot of the Fire Emblem characters, but I know Lyn, I know Roy, I know Marth, I know Ike, I know of Mike, not Mike, I don't know of Mike. I know of Ike. I couldn't tell you which game which Fire Emblem game he comes from. But
I can.
I probably know you can. Tell me. Enlighten me.
In Brawl, he's from Fire Emblem Path of Radiance. In Smash 4, he's from Radiant Dawn.
Okay, I couldn't have told you either one. I didn't even know there were two versions of Ike.
Yeah. I don't know if you noticed, but he was a lot smaller in Brawl.
I don't think I did notice.
Oh, well.
I didn't play Brawl, and I don't have the current Smash.
Oh. You don't have the current Smash?
No.
Not even for 3DS?
No.
Dude. Smash 4 is so good.
I have a feeling, I know, when it came out, I just didn't feel into it. Like, I don't know. And now time has passed, I'm like, well, I could just wait for the next one. Even though, like, it has, I don't know. I like the Spirit Tracks map that I saw. Like, that, because that was my first Legend of Zelda game I played. So, I'm like, oh, dude, that's really cool. They have a Spirit Tracks map, and only on the 3DS version. But I don't know. The day came and went for me to get Smash, and I continued passing it. So at this point, I'm feeling like, yeah, I'll just stay out of this one and then go into the next one.
Okay. Fair. But I really enjoy Smash 4. It is a game I like to play for funs, for if I just need like something in between class or whatever. Like something that's story. Actually, Breath of the Wild has like overtaking that. But something like I could just play just without having to worry for like story progression and having to like sit through a long cutscene.
Exactly, yes. The whole reason why I started slowing down on Mario and Rabbids was because each of the battles in the last world felt longer and longer and was more difficult. And so when it got to the last big pull for the end, like, I only felt like I had the energy to do like one, maybe two stages, and then I'm done, because I spent so much of the time strategizing for the game. I'm like, at this point, I'm just like I'm not making huge progress in the game. I'm just taking it literally one fight at a time. And don't even get me started at the last one, the one before the final boss. That one comes in 3 stages, no save spots in between. So if you have to restart or fail, you have to do it all over again. Very difficult. That was like ridiculous, but enough about that game. I thoroughly enjoyed it. But I feel I'm ready for a break. That's one of the things I liked about it, though, is that it was simplistic, because I've played other games like that, and one of my biggest gripes was, soldiers missing a 66% shot.
Dude,
I'm like, well,
66% shot is a miss.
I'm like,
Fire Emblem has taught me one thing. I trust it if it's above 90%, and if it's below 90%, if it's 80%, it might hit. If it's below that, I just pray.
That is true. So that's one of the things that I appreciated about Mario and Rabbids is that it just made it super simple. It was either 0, 50, or 100, and I got really into that. So if you are looking for a tactics game, if you're looking for an introduction to tactics, I highly recommend that game if you have a Switch, obviously.
Fire Emblem is tactics. I'm
Fire
already in
yes.
tactic games.
I think that's one of the most tactic games. I bet it's probably...
I also enjoy Final Fantasy Tactics.
Yes. I was about to say, like, a game can be more tactics. As far as other games that I'm looking forward to Odyssey. That's coming out very soon.
Oh yeah, my brother is getting that, so I don't have to worry about it.
And it's gonna be interesting to see how they pull off open world Mario, sort of.
Is it gonna be like kind of like a Super Mario 64 feel?
It's from what I've heard and what I've seen, I agree with the idea that it is most like Super Mario Sunshine, where you can do different worlds in whatever order, as long as you unlock them, and you can do whatever, essentially, shine missions in whatever order. So yeah, like 64 and Sunshine, yeah.
Okay, so it's like those Mario games.
Mm-hmm. Pokemon Ultra Moon.
And Ultra Sun.
That's the one I'm getting. You're getting
Ultra
Sun. And this is the one I can't say I forgot about, but like it wasn't on my radar for a long time, and then I'm just like, oh, right, I need to pre-order that. So I'm looking forward to that. Other games I'm also looking forward to, L.A. Noire, and I mean to play the new Samus game. Because...
Metroid Prime?
the Samus Returns on the 3DS.
Okay. I'm sorry, I'm like mixing up all the Metroid game that's coming out.
I'm really digging the Zeldavania. I wouldn't mind seeing that. I really enjoy the Metroidvania genre. Like, the more recent one I've played was Shantae Half Genie Hero. And I know there are a couple other games that I've played that are very, like, you go through areas once, then you get a new power, then you backtrack through an old area to get to a new area. I look forward to that. And the other one I have on my list is L.A. Noire. And that's just the game I've been meaning to play.
Like, except for like Fire Warriors and Ultra Sun, I think the games that I've been looking forward to are coming out like early next year?
Mm-hmm.
Or something like that. There was that Octopath Traveler, which I hope is not the actual name of the game.
Yes, no, that's the working title. It's not the final title.
I hope, I just hope it's not the final title, but I played demo and I was interested in that. Another game I'm interested in is Lost Spear.
That rings a bell, but...
It's like RPG except machines.
Okay.
Well, kind of. Like, you fight using machines and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just saw an ad for it, and I was like, oh, there's like, it's from Square Enix RPG, back to like old Final Fantasy format. So I was interested in it.
Cool.
And it looks beautiful, too. So I'm gonna check it out. It's like 2D, rather than 3D.
Nice, yeah.
I still have soft spot for 2D RPGs.
No, yeah. I think I have like a soft spot for like just anything 2D and like a little bit like pixel art-esque.
Yeah. By 2D, I don't mean like, because I know. Okay, so I know like it can. You can probably use like 3D models for it,
right?
But, like,
right.
2D, as in like you can't exactly move the camera around and look at your surroundings. You just kind of fixated on like the character, and whatever you see is on screen is what you see.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you travel in like Minish Cap, That's what I mean by 2D.
Right, yeah.
So like I know you can use like 3D models for that, but in my mind it's still 2D because I can't move the camera to see like everything.
Sure, yeah.
So
I get
that's
that,
what I
yeah.
mean by 2D. And I don't want to like confuse that for like pixel art and actual 2D model stuff.
No, yeah, sure.
Because I appreciate pixel art still. I appreciate games that are pixel because I still love pixel.
Yeah.
Despite it like being like 10, 20 years, 10, 15, 20 years beyond that,
Yeah.
still soft spot.
It's those when the 3D games started coming out, they're like, oh yeah, let's just drop pixels and start using polygons, man. Polygons is the way. It's all about. Completely forgot the line. Anyway. I almost said it's all about the pentagrams, but that's not the line. It's a Weird Al song. I'm just completely blanking out on it.
I wouldn't know. I don't listen to Weird Al.
I know you don't.
Yeah. I mean, I took computer graphics, which pretty much essentially show me how they like do all the 3D rendering stuff. And I appreciate the amount of work now going into doing these 3D models.
Yes.
Because I know the pain of having to code it up.
Yeah, that is an absolute, like, so many hours go into that kind of stuff. And it's,
Oh, yeah.
You really appreciate it once you've, like, at least dipped your toe into how they go about doing it. You're like, whoa, I really appreciate this now. I'm like, I'm gonna, like, really just sit back, and next time I see some, like, really good artwork and some really good, you know, whatever in a game, I'm just gonna sit back and just, like, stop and go, yeah, that took a lot of work, and it looks good.
Yeah. So, I appreciate 3D. 3D graphics is great. There's, like, beautiful things out there, like Okami. That's beautiful 3D stuff that looks sort of 2D because it's, like, sort of, like, watercolory.
Yeah.
But, like, it's still amazing 3D stuff. But, like, I appreciate the 2D stuff. The pixel art, the one we started out with, because I guess it's just nostalgia. That's what we started out with. That's what I played on my Game Boy Color.
Yeah. Yeah, I completely. Okay. Here's another thing to talk about. I don't know how many stories you would have about this, but I didn't get into gaming at a very early age. Like I was at least about 10, 12 maybe. I don't remember the exact age. But I remember like several occasions where I would watch someone play a game and they'd hand their game to me and I'd play it. And there are a couple games that stand out in my mind like that. I don't know how many you have, but I'm gonna just name a couple off the top of my head. There were, off the top of my head, there are 2 Game Boy Advance games that I was handed. One of them was Pokemon Fire Red, and that was my first, like, hands-on, I'm playing Pokemon, sort of. Like, it wasn't like I'm playing Pokemon, I'm doing a battle a couple times. It was one of my neighbors, and he had a Charizard on his team. That's literally all I remember from that. The other one was, one of my friends handed me a Game Boy Advance SP, and they were playing a copy of a Scooby-Doo game.
Oh my gosh.
And I remember almost nothing about that, except for Shaggy, Scooby, and I was in a green, like, building, like one that's, like, old and a little bit moldy. Like, that's most of all I remember from that. The only other game that comes to the top of my head was those displays that you see at stores. One of them was Crash Bandicoot 2. Because I remember there's a ball stage in a sort of jungly area. I distinctly remember that. And when I watched the gameplay of it years later, I'm like, oh, that's where it was from. The other one was a 3D Pac-Man game on the GameCube.
Oh.
Which I have the sudden urge to figure out what that was, but
I think my cousin has it.
yeah. Those are the ones off the top of my head, but the other one was one of the things that I talked to you about in high school when we had a computer graphics class. And I brought up a game that one of my friends had played, and there was a town that where you were learning the mechanics of fighting, and you had like a stick that was heavier at the end. It reminded me of an umbrella, like detached from it, but not unfolded. And I asked you about it, and then you told me it was a Kingdom Hearts game. I think it was the first one.
It sounds like Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah. But I think that's the last one off the top of my head. I don't know, like, what do you have? Do you have any, like, memories of, like, being handed games and then, like, not knowing where they're from?
No.
Okay.
Because I played games I started playing games when I was 5, but
yes.
Before that, my aunt works at Nintendo, so my cousin got, like, games.
Yeah.
So pretty much since I started playing game, like, he would have a game, and I would already know what it is because I watch him play it, and then he would just hand it to me, and I'll play it.
Yeah, makes sense. I didn't want to assume, but, like, I knew that you started gaming at a really young age, so...
Yeah.
All
and
right.
I'm a computer science, so video games hasn't fucked up my life. Take that, whoever says games fuck up your lives.
I'm making a career out of this. All right, that will be it for the episode. I think we got a lot of stuff covered. We took care of the boss. We took care of the sort of gauntlet, the Demon Gate gauntlet. We got Power Slash upgraded. We did Snowball, and we got all the trees in that area. I paused there because, spoilers, in a couple episodes, we go back to that area and we find there's one last tree. I don't know if you can see it in the footage, but there is one last tree that we'll get later on.
We got it in footage.
We got it. So, with that, we're going to call it an episode. So next time, we will possibly end our side-tracking shenanigans and maybe make some progress in the story. We'll see you guys there.
Bye.